Hello, I'm Indy.
I'm Kincaid, and welcome back to another episode of
Inside the Sandbox. Wow, it has been another mind-blowing week for the Sandbox.
On this week's episode, we found more amazing artists to shine the spotlight on, info about ongoing box edit contests to share, and a very special guest will be joining us from the Sandbox staff.
That's exciting, but first, it's time for QuickSand News. On May 11th, Lucky Cat Studios released an NFT collection in the Sandbox of buildings, equipment, and characters from Lucky Cat Land. If you haven't heard of Lucky Cat Land yet, it's basically a theme park in the Metaverse with a bunch of parkour type games similar to that IRL game show Wipeout.
Yeah! The Sandbox has launched yet another contest this week. The Gamee Jam began on May 9th with 15,000 sand and 10 Gbot packs up for grabs that'll be split amongst the top entries. The deadline to complete and submit your entry is May 22nd, 2022 at 11:59 p.m. UTC. The theme of this Gamee Jam is to keep it casual. And the goal is to showcase what your casual game would look like in the Sandbox Game Maker.
Well, there were some cheaters in the speedrunning event put on by Meta Olympics. Yeah. We know that's bad. But the good news is that the Sandbox is doing a quick course correction and considering KYC rules. Sebastian was quoted as saying that participants might need to submit KYC before getting their prizes in the future. Will this resolve the cheating issues from the past? Most people think it will, and it's definitely a step in the right direction.
I love how the Sandbox is always ready to make a course correction and adapt and overcome whatever comes their way.
Totally.
Good for them.
Totally.
The Sandbox partner, Arianee, is doing some amazing things by connecting luxury brands to NFTs that will associate proof of ownership of luxury goods. So basically, when you purchase an item in the real world, such as like clothing or accessories, you would have the same exact item as an NFT in the Sandbox. We here at Inside the Sandbox see this as just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to functionality in the Metaverse. We dug deep into the Sandbox community this week and found so many cool new projects that people have been sharing. Each one more amazing than the last. Here are our top 5 picks for this week that we felt deserved a little time in the spotlight. Number 5. Number 4. Number 3. Number 2. And our top pick coming in at number 1. The Sandstorm Marketplace is an amazing ecosystem for creators to showcase their work and connect to paid opportunities. 20 builders have already been offered full-time projects through the use of their network. On the Sandstorm platform, you can mint assets compatible with multiple Metaverse platforms, including the Sandbox. You can build your own custom creator profile or find a builder to work with that suits your project's needs. If you haven't already created your profile on the Sandstorm Marketplace, or you're currently looking for a builder to help you develop your land, be sure to head over and do so now. As an initiative for signing up, Sandstorm will be giving away 3 Stormy Coin assets to 3 lucky new creators who create a profile and mint their first asset on their platform. So be sure to subscribe here, and we left some step-by-step instructions for you down below in the description on how to set up your profile. Good luck!
There are so many of you out there creating some really amazing assets, and they are truly works of art. Every week, we interview one lucky community member and let them share their story with us here on the show.
Today we have a very special guest joining us, and I am so excited to learn as much as I can from her while she's here.
Yes, Pandapops, thank you so much for joining us on our show. Would you like to take a moment to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do?
So I'm Pandapops, a blockchain gamer and also a Sandbox creative and artist, as well as their recent Vox Edit community manager. So I organise a lot of the Vox Edit contests, I go through a bunch of the responses and help put all of that stuff together, as well as being an artist within the Creative Fund itself for the past 2 years. And I stream officially for Sandbox, showing and teaching people how to use Vox Edit.
Yeah, you are like a triple threat. That's what you are.
Yeah, that's wild. So can you tell us how you got involved with the Sandbox and how long you've been working with them?
So I found the Sandbox just accidentally. One of my online streamer friends was doing a whole stream about buying land in the Sandbox, and I already knew him from Axie Infinity, so I was like, oh, this looks cool. Next Sandbox sale, I decided to purchase a land. Back then they were like $40, so cheap. And that was over 2 years ago. Decided to join the Creative Fund to give it a try, and yeah, been in that for over 2 years, and then fully actually part of the Sandbox staff team has been since January, but yeah, part of the Creative Fund team for over 2 years. I've been streaming for them for over a year.
That's amazing. So what is your favorite part about being the community manager of Vox Edit for the Sandbox?
That's interesting. So I would say one of my favorite parts is I get to see like a lot of people's submissions and all of their creativity and hard work, which I absolutely adore. And just sort of being able to see all of that is so much fun. The other thing is getting direct feedback, so I try and be as active as I possibly can within the Discord to get that active feedback and make changes, implement new ways of making these contests and competitions better for them. We have the Star Atlas contest. So that's, you need to create a non-playable character, say an NPC. Most people get a little bit confused thinking the medium humans are avatars. They aren't. So you can use any of the pre-existing templates for the contest to build your own alien race or your interpretation of a race within Star Atlas in Vox Edit. The other one is the hot air balloon. I did in fact have confirmation. Lots of people have asked this, so hopefully this will help get it out there. It doesn't need to be a realistic, real-life looking hot air balloon. It can be sci-fi. You can do any sort of themed hot air balloon as long as it can be identified as a hot air balloon. Then anything goes.
The Star Atlas contest started on May 2nd and ends on May 15th, right?
Yep, that's right.
And when does the hot air balloon contest end exactly?
Okay, so the hot air balloon contest ends on May 27th. So it's quite a long one.
So what's a common mistake that people make that you have to ask them to go back and fix, that anyone who's watching can make sure that they check before they submit their work?
Yeah, okay, so the main one is for animated assets. The amount of times I've had to tell people this, they say it looks fine in Vox Edit, it looks fine in the thumbnail when they've exported it, their inventory, but when they put it in Game Maker to test it out, pieces are flying around and being animated in a weird way. And it's because they've forgotten to do, well, it's because of one of two things. They've either forgotten to close the end keyframe animations, which just means in every animation, you need to make sure that end point in the animation, you move the arrowhead and you close all of those keyframes for every single node, so it doesn't break the animation. The other one is currently with Vox Edit, and it is a known issue, which is being resolved, is if they decide to move the nodes, so each individual model piece, using local space rather than global space. Global space is the one with the little world next to it. So if you're not, and it's automatically selected. So you would have to purposefully click the other one to move it in that, but it's either one of those two things, and that is the most common one I have to answer to people.
So as a community manager for Vox Edit, do you have any tips or tricks that you'd like to share with the community?
Yes. Medium humans are not Avatars. There is no way to create an avatar as of yet. There will be in the future, but right now you cannot create your own avatar. The medium humans are NPCs. This is the one big thing. And also, we love you guys. You're great. Oh, okay, so I don't know how awesome this is, but it's something I didn't realize for a really longer than I should have, way longer than I should have, which is similar to the closing the keyframe. There's actually a little diamond on the timeline, so you can move your arrowhead to the position you want, press this little diamond icon, and it will close all of those animations for you. And you don't have to do each one individually, which I used to do.
Are there any tutorials out there that you would recommend to the viewers who might just be starting out with Vox Edit?
Me. No, subtle plug. No, subtle plug. One, there's the Vox Edit Gitbook, which as the community manager I created. I took some of the information that was used for the Creator Fund to sort of edit and update that, and the Vox Edit Gitbook is super helpful with a ton of information. We do have some amazing streamers as well. We do have Cody's, CodyZine, we have Half Dork. Half Dork does a little bit more on the game maker side, but he does dabble in Vox Edit. Myself, I have beginner tutorials, and I will be replacing all of the old Sandbox tutorials, so the ones that are actually listed. The ones listed on the Vox Edit software currently are fairly outdated, and I'm in the process of putting all those to be new ones.
As we make our exit off the show today, do you have any final thoughts you would like to share with the community?
Just keep on building, making awesome stuff, and hopefully I'll get to see more amazing creations either in contest or upon the marketplace. But keep on building.
Thank you so much for joining us and sharing with the community today. I think it is safe to say we all learned something today, huh?
Yeah, medium humans are not avatars.
Nope.
And make sure to check your work thoroughly before submitting.
For sure.
Are you building something totally awesome inside the sandbox and want to share it with the world? Post a picture or a clip on social media with the hashtag Inside the Sandbox for a chance to be featured on a future episode.
And be sure to hit that subscribe button below if you love this content, and tune in next week for an all-new episode of Inside the Sandbox.